Hello. It's very windy outside. I hope it doesn't get too blustery for us. I'm Burville Mantequilla. We are playing Still Joking, still. And there was a Tony achievement that was missed, and I said I would go back and see. I went back and I did a replay, and the achievement still skipped. So I didn't save the replay. I tried to look it up. There's nothing about how to get it. There's not a lot of walkthroughs actually. What the playthrough that I saw up to the point that I got didn't go that way. They made different decisions. So yeah, I don't know how we get that I don't know if we can get it. I don't know if they are awarded in order, so because it's blank and then we got the ones two after it, if it's in order, we can't get that achievement because I went back to look and I can't work out what it is I'm supposed to do to get it. I went back to the cake, which is the achievement before it that we got, did everything I could see, and it still goes straight to the achievement after the one that's missing. I don't know what it is. I don't know how I'm supposed to get it. I don't know what choice is supposed to be made to get it. So we are missing a Tony achievement. We are carrying on from exactly where we left off last time. Yeah, I have Guinness. It's in a Copperberg glass. It's Guinness. The Copperberg don't look like that. Okay, we're jumping in. We are continuing. I just had to speed through everything I just did because the save got messed up by me looking for Tony's missing achievement. We still don't have Tony's missing achievement. It's still missing. And now here we are. Diary entry. Something's wrong. A great start to a diary entry, I'll show that mirror to Dora today, literally right now, as soon as I'm done writing. I hope it helps. What else then? Now I can take part in the dancing competitions. Shame no one's inviting me though. Anyway, turns out Serena's skills are no longer hers, but mine. Kind of. Am I still me or not anymore? I wonder who I get the talent for asking rhetorical questions from. And philosophical ones too. I'm starting to think that a positive inner voice also comes from her. I've got much more left of her than I could ever dream of, and yet I miss her so much. Reflect, repeat, watch, reflect, damn it. Maybe you should just write down what you've managed to do and lift your spirits a little. Part of me has had too much of Dora's guidance, so now I'm suddenly using her arguments in my internal dialogues. Chances are Dora is indeed reasonable sometimes, so why not try at least? Fine. I'm this incredible go-getter, so determined, mind-blowing. What have I achieved so far then? I've been to the police station, I've helped the scientists, well tried to help. Too impersonal and removed. Right, the personal stuff. I'm constantly chatting with my own self, very engrossing. And what would make you proud? Let me summon my inner voice. She might have a few ideas. Proud of my achievements, like Serena to be proud of me. I'd like to be proud of finding a friend. Tony. There have been a few candidates lately who I could probably call that. With so many people around, it's quite hard to never talk to anyone at all. You don't actually think so, said the other Iris in my head. Fine. Whatever, I don't. Friends are good to be proud of. By the way, my inner voice used to be better behaved. I mean, in many ways, none of those are a mere glimpse of half-naked men, for example. They deserve every bit of that Ahem. By the way, Takeo thinks it's nothing to worry about. If he's wrong, though, I'll just go mad. Nice and easy. At least I'll have company. To summarise, a very strange time. In my life, very much so. Tony and his cat sitting at a table playing chess with each other. Iris, you're up early. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Dora, I need to talk to you. It cannot wait. I've definitely seen this before, recently. Sorry, Chen? It's fine. I'll ask Tony a few more questions meanwhile. Yes. I found it at the Rangman shop in that first discovered land and decided to take it with me. I think there's something in it, and sometimes I just stare into it. It's been happening more and more often lately. I even see it in my dreams. Thought you should know. A mirror like any other, I don't see anything special about it. If it's really bothering you this much, why not throw it away into the void? No. You're not going to believe it, but I don't want to. I've picked it myself. I picked it up at the Rangman's. All I want to do is keep it. And I want to keep it. Oh, I just made that sentence up completely, didn't I? It will also be most awesome if no one suffers in the process. My nervous system sure will. Here's my take. You're overthinking this. Not only are you placing too high a value on some random item, but you're also making up stories instead of just getting rid of it. See, this is why we don't confide in her. There's no point. She's just like, throw it away. You're stupid. Why talk to her? She doesn't believe me. And do you believe yourself? Sometimes I do. This is one of those moments. When she suggested that I throw the mirror away, I really wanted to hit her, like hard. Dr. Iris, will I live? Maybe we haven't figured out yet what this mirror is good for. All right, let's work this through. We can ask a pro for help. Chen, come over here, please. Can you tell us anything about the mirror? Yes. Oh, yay. I've seen it at the Rangman shop in the first land we discovered. Or no yay. Did you take it with you, Iris? I did. All right. Chen thinks there's something on the other side of it. Oh, Chen, she thinks there's something on the other side of it. Behind the glass, I mean. And she's been looking into it increasingly more often. I suggest she throws this plaything into the void and stops pottering around. Dora, if Iris believes she needs it for... Yes, for what exactly? There's nothing to see in it. And another thing, Iris, if you break it, there's no repairing it. Copying mirrors works funny, so we can fix them up a little, but we cannot restore the glass. You should replace the mirror with a reflecting surface. I don't want to. I think you stare into it for a reason. Just because Dora cannot measure the value of something doesn't mean it's zero. You'll be able to tell her when you fully understand that value yourself, if you want to. There, Chen, how very rational. You got any thoughts on this? I might. In that case, I'll head over to Tony and let you two talk it over. Give me a shout if you need me. All right. Iris, do you believe in the legend of the primary mirror? Never heard of it. Do you mean the mirror that came up in the conversation in that first land? I had a hunch it was a painful subject for you. It is, yes. For me, Johnny and Takeo, we were there together. There? She said back then, there have only been single shards found so far. They reflected something blurry and nothing more. Attempts were made to put them together, but to no avail. Moreover, many people died. Turns out Chen, Johnny and Takeo were present at the attempts at joining the shards together. That's out of the blue. Totally. She's not itching to tell it all, however. Should probably ask about the legend instead. I see. So what is the legend then? You'll tell me what you think afterwards, okay? Deal. It all began with the mirror. For thousands of years, it hung at the edge of two lifeless worlds until one day life came into being in one of them. Life was curious, just like a young girl. Of course, it didn't take her long to find the mirror and take a peek inside. The reflection enchanted her. It never averted its gaze, repeating every single move life made and always smiling back at her. She realised she wanted to look at someone the same way, to become someone else's reflection, and so life fashioned a reverse mirror. She toiled day and night and day, putting in a lot of work and energy and materials, including a drop of her own blood, and the two worlds became one. There were no prototypes and reflections. Everyone could be whoever they wanted to be. Everyone had a mirror to look into and a mirror to reflect someone looking into theirs on the other side. As time went by, life changed. At one point, she stopped looking at herself in the mirror. And little by little, one of the mirrors started cracking out of neglect. It wasn't much at first, just splinters really. Then the cracks sped farther in all directions until the mirror burst into shards. That's when the world became the way we know it today, the world of prototypes and reflections. Why did life stop looking at herself? She changed. Maybe she no longer liked what she saw in the mirror. Alright, I don't think that any of this really happened, but that was a beautiful story. You see, it actually seems like the reverse, or the primary, mirror did indeed exist. I myself saw the shards with something of a reflection inside. Blurred, yes, but it was there. Fine, but what does this legend have to do with my little mirror hobby? Nothing directly. Your mirror is definitely not a piece of the primary one. However, I've got an idea. If the legend has any truth to it at all, it's only natural that we are all subconsciously trying to get our past back. Prototypes are looking for someone to reflect, while reflections are hoping to see themselves in the mirror. Just like you. Iris, we can all have habits that may seem irrational or not quite sensible from the prototype's point of view. The truth is, though, that we are not them. About the prototypes, actually, when I saw this mirror for the first time, I thought that Serena would like it a lot. Seems like you definitely need to keep it then. People sometimes experience urges that are hard to explain right away, but they do in fact have an explanation. Are you saying you've experienced something similar? No, it is different for me. But you don't think it's bad that I try to see something on the other side of the glass every now and then? No, I don't. However, I suggest you put it away for a while, say a week. If you can abstain just fine, that means you're in control, and looking into the mirror might even do you good. If you can't and you get anxious or stressed without the mirror, then you should discuss it with Teiko. I mean, there's always the Dora way too. I like the Chen way more. Thank you. You're welcome. Am I wonky? But yes, there is a Christmas tree up. It's not decorated yet. I was just testing out, but putting it on the table. But yeah, Christmas tree. I just realised I never pointed out that the Christmas tree is up. The plan is to open another new land today. Am I right? Yes, and I'll be leaving soon. I suppose Dora will want to wake up everyone else. Tony's cat's on his shoulders. What's with the standing around? Let's go. Where's Alice? And why are you all geared up? She got food poisoning and we need someone in her place. I'm more experienced than others and I'm from the crew that got their beauty sleep last night. Figured I'd nominate myself. Isn't that a lucky coincidence? It is one alright. I didn't poison her though, I swear. If anything were to happen to me, others would need a leader. Isn't it your bloody favourite argument? You cannot always keep me at bay. I pretty much can. You know, if anything were to happen to the both of us, or even all of us, it won't take a genius to call for help. What are the options apart from you? Out of the guys who got proper sleep, it's Conrad and Ove. A reminder in case you forgot, it's only their second expedition. Are you going to have to put them back on the edge to uphold it with all that distance, or better even to have others back? Fine. Oh, I felt like I really needed to click one of my fingers, and there it is. Sorry about that. As soon as you get yourself in the very thick of it, you're dismissed. Thank you, Johnny. So you're excited that I've decided to put you in danger for the sake of our common success? I see you've got your priorities sorted. It's the first time that I see Johnny this serious. Wouldn't imagine it was even possible before. That is a huge cat. Seeing that cat on Tony's shoulders, that's a big cat. He's working. What else did you expect? Does Chloe really have nothing to do with that Alice's food poisoning? Iris. Gotcha. So not much. Iris. They're starting. Let's watch. 3, 2, 1. Let's rock. C3, B3. I wonder how practitioners let each other know that everything's all fine and help is no longer needed. Tilt their head, clench their fist, whisper thanks under their breath. C1, A1. Translating into human, that's Chloe, help, Roy is in danger, I think. C1, put your hand back. Sec. Roy, to your left. Is Roy shattering? Did Roy break? A2, A1, a breach. A3, A2, A4, A3, C4 down. I think the All Is Bad on the Bridge episode is over and we're moving on to the On the Bridge. That was stupid. Damn it, Chloe and Roy. Dora, shouldn't we probably, we should let Johnny do his job. He'll manage. But no buts. I hope Roy didn't hurt too much. He must come back. I wish I could give you a hug now. Yeah, you can't though. But thanks. Ouch, I'm afraid Johnny will smother Chloe once he comes back down. Well, I wouldn't blame him. She had one job. Okay, two jobs. Safely backing onto the bottom platform and listening to her leader. She failed both. She slipped and... Man, you're off base here. Listen, comrade, you just gotta chill. Roy will be back once he gets to reflect again, and the doc will patch Chloe up all right. Oh, so that's not him gone. That's him temporarily broken, and he comes back to life when somebody needs his reflection. When his person looks in the mirror. Oh. When his person who has a phobia of mirrors and is currently locked up in a nut house, possibly pretending to be insane after having murdered his wife. Oh, it's so complicated. But basically, as soon as the guy looks at his reflection, Roy comes back, but the guy's not going to be near a mirror because the guy has a phobia of mirrors and is locked up in a facility at the moment. As far as I can grasp. Listen, comrade, you just gotta chill. Roy will be back once he gets to reflect again. The doc will patch Chloe up all right. And Johnny isn't really that. Bridge, help, discussion. In this very order, not the other way around. Ah yes, bridge. I took my eyes off it and here I am. Good news, they're still moving forward. And it doesn't look like anyone else's splints are cracking. The ground is appearing under the wheels too. Only Chloe isn't moving. Someone has to actually stand next to her and continue upholding stabilization. Cannot take a break, cannot check her pulse, cannot even try calling out to her. Because you will otherwise lose focus and the void will eat every one of you. Will break you into pieces and gobble you right up. Like it did with Roy. Where is this cursed new land then? Oh good, a barn. What's he doing? You must under no circumstances move the person who fell from such a serious height. Until the paramedics arrive. Uh-huh. Technically, Roy did slow down her fall, plus she fell on her side, not her back, plus she's wearing gear. Plus Johnny didn't grab her at once. I think he examined her first. And Takeo isn't scolding him. Fine, I'm probably just panicking. You're not the only one. Tell me what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Stop swearing, hold her hand, stroke her hair, say nice things to her. She is in a minimally conscious state, so she can be responsive. Chloe baby, have I told you already how cool you are? Remember how we met at a bar, got absolutely wasted and then went to that shooting room where you didn't miss a single shot, shooting with both hands like in a western? I checked all over the place for any signs of foul play and it turned out you were just exquisitely stubborn and a great shot. Remember everyone asking you what the heck it was all for? Remember what you said? Because no danger should be met without a weapon. Yep. And then you mentioned something about point shooting those who ask stupid questions and those who remember your answers. Actually, you did talk a lot about point shooting. Hey Chloe, we've become that kind of danger ourselves. Weapons aren't going to work on us. Isn't that cool? You're the most dangerous woman on both sides of the mirror. We're together, which means the world doesn't stand a chance against us, no matter what happens. Thanks, Johnny. I shall take it from here. You'll be needed here in 2 hours, and for now, if you want, I'll go do some work. Roy's prototype is alive, so there is a very good chance that he'll come back to us. Nevertheless, it's best that we don't get in the way of the practitioners and scientists. That is no hanging around here. A very good chance. This is so touching, I might just scream. I think Dora is worried, but she doesn't want to come across as weak. Maybe. Dora, this is a rare moment, a unique moment even, when we're all sincerely eager to help, unconditionally, and we want to do a good job. Are you sure you don't want to use our help? You're still joking. I don't agree with Iris on the delivery, but I agree with the message. Helping is the right thing to do. I can lug some stuff around, write things down, or just be at hand if anyone needs me. Yes. Fine, I'll have a word with Chen. You wait here. Want to bet that Chen will find something for us to do? Probably at her own expense. Most likely. It's good that Dora isn't having a word with Johnny. He'd find something. He looks like hell. He looks like he's doing his best. I mean, he did the best he could, but it didn't quite work out. I believe even he is having a hard time now. Hey ladies, one of the practitioners out there is waving his hands in a funny way. I don't understand what's going on. Any ideas? An unexpected find. Until the territory is declared safe, we can only guess what this is all about. And isn't declared safe because it's rather large. A huge field. It's hard to tell its size from over here. There is only one building and it's not small either. Looks like a farm in the middle of nowhere. That's probably what it is. But I wanted to tell you that I've got a deal with Chen. You can help out with samples and notes. A bit later though, when the practitioners green light the whole thing. Oh, is she chucking? What's with her? How are you? Want any water? Johnny, what's in there? Some dickhead's den. Could be a few dickheads. Experiments on humans of different ages. Violence, cannibalism, tons of torture tools. Blood everywhere. And to top it off, screens everywhere with videos still playing. So it's like the Leatherface family's house. You were right, Johnny. I wasn't ready to see this. To be fair, no one's exactly stoked here. Johnny, will you give me any instructions? You'll be searching the place and retrieving samples anyway, and we're here to help. No, Third, you don't need this. No one is going anywhere. I agree. All that inside cannot possibly teach anyone anything. The more people are involved, though, the quicker it will be to be done with it and leave. Maximilian, are you with me? Chokingly, I'd rather help out with something outside. Guys, it's your first expedition. Relax. Roam the field, take a walking tour around this little regional branch of hell, or check out the basement. It's relatively clean. Help the scientists collect those samples at the end of the day. Johnny, there's no getting to the basement without going through the... Okay, the basement is off the table then. Thanks. Right, let me reiterate. No one is going inside. The place isn't suitable for the rookies. If you're still keen on helping, I can let you stay, but don't go around collecting impressions for your future nightmares in neurotic disorders. Help on the outside. All clear? Thanks, Dora. I'll scout the adjacent territory for useful items and then go out into the field to see if there are any bits of cable or device parts left, or maybe chemicals or something. A good combination of chemicals is also a fine tool for torturing humans. Looks foul, I must say. Oh, Chen, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Johnny, I'll get back to you if I come across anything, alright? Anytime. I'll be here. Literally right here. There are piles of explosives in the basement, by the way. Once you're all done admiring the sights, I'm planning to use them. Third, wait, I'm coming with you. Let's go. Tony, Iris. I'm thinking if this place is like this, then how come it's here? Why? Well, what are you going to do next? Think some more. No, I'll take a look around. I find, I tell. Just don't go inside or anywhere near the edge of the void because... I know, I won't disturb anyone, please. Be careful, alright? Yes. Is the cat going to jump off his shoulders and run into a place that's dangerous and he's going to chase it? Lovely. They do look up to her. Quite the opposite. She cannot even force them into the bus, right? Iris, why are you being quiet? Just seizing the moment. Iris, I hope you realise this is not a good time for jokes. Honestly, I'm not sure if I do. Iris, do you really want to go inside despite all the warnings? I say she can go if she wants to. Listen, I don't really mind if someone forbids me from going someplace in particular right now, or even gives me permission to. I'm simply not in the mood for heroics. Therefore, be a damn altruist. Good day, my name is Iris. Are you still accepting applications for the local altruist society? Therefore, Johnny, do you have a first aid kit there, don't you? No, Chloe usually has it on her. I screwed up. Judging by the glum faces around me, Chen is not the only one who can use some anti-nausea pills. I can go fetch them while you're here. Probably grab something else that you need. Then I could chat with the guys working outside. Maybe someone would like to be replaced and you could even authorise that. Or not, in which case you might want to be informed anyway. Great idea actually. You do that. Fine by me. Will you find the first aid kit inside the bus? Or someone who will find it? Be right back. Iris, wait. Yes? Let Checo know too. This is not the first time that we stumble upon something like this. It's the first time we're this super lucky. You're right, but please do not continue. So then Iris Checo has a bag with a few relevant items. Explain the situation to him and he'll get it for you. But if he's busy, Otto knows what I'm talking about too. Chen, you don't have to pick out words. They would have infused Chloe with the entire contents of the survivor's kit by now. Or are you suggesting Iris should have booked an appointment with one of the community's best doctors in advance? Yes, and another appointment to get in line for that appointment. Are you better? Johnny, there is no need to snap at those who want to help. There isn't. Right, so I've got the gist of it. I'm off to get meds and a bag from Takeo. Anything else? No, thank you, Iris. There, Takeo, don't understand who he's talking to. And this is someone has picked an interesting moment to visit us. She's gotten away with bruises and cuts, but there's just so many cracks. Luckily, Takeo is here. The others have no clue how to deal with something like this. Anyway, once the drip is done, we'll secure the compress and be able to move her. Ah, this must be Otto, the other doctor. And you are? Otto, doctor, Takko's hand. Do you need anything else, Dora's girl? I need to talk to Takko and to get some meds. Not so fast. Why? Can't I distract him briefly? Distract, attract, what now? Anyone else gone down? They found some maniac's house. Maybe there were a few of them. It's a mess. Again? Duh. After that flat with the old corpse, Chen was sick for 2 days. All work halted. Ain't we fucking lucky? A kind reminder, I need Takko. Wait, he's about to send that dandy right back. Is this dandy some powerful official? The bastard from the community, in charge of some rubbish that doesn't concern us. Okay, I'll wait for Takko over there. As well as eavesdrop a little. Just don't make a sound. No expertise commissioned, no official documents attached, and the context is completely ignored. Extremely unprofessional. There's nothing I can do. But listen, there's nothing I can do. Safe travels. Iris, Otto, now. Yes, sir. My pleasure, master. Woof. Alright, I'll just go without further ado, and no questions. Otto, any changes? None, as expected. Good. Iris, what is it? They've gone and found something nasty again. I need that bag you guys use when the expedition finds something horrible. Care to elaborate? I'll quote, experiments on humans of different ages, violence, cannibalism, tons of torture tools, blood everywhere. Man, that's a bit rough. Johnny's words? How did you know? The level of detail. Otto, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I don't care if it's an hour. The readings are stable. She's asleep and I won't stray away. Iris, how is everyone taking the situation? Tell her about Chen. Chen threw up. She had gone inside, but she's doing better now. Dora is with her. It seems like someone's overcome with empathy. Unfortunately, that is her job. Delightful. Hurry up. Just one question and I'm off. What's in the bag? It's suspiciously hefty. Candles, matches, and 2 flasks of wine. Want someone to help you carry it all? No, I'm good. It's a short walk. Thanks, Takko. Thank you, Iris. How is Chloe? She's asleep on a drip. Otto said no changes. Let's hope for the best. Right then, since you've got the bag, Chen, given the Chloe situation, it's probably best not to complicate things. You mean holding the ceremonies at the same time rather than one after the other? Can I get a few details, or quite a few details? I'll tell you later. Firstly, we should help others who need it. Johnny, get the practitioners, please. Iris is here, and so is the first aid kit. One sec. If it starts raining practitioners right this very moment, I reserve the right to get scared and scream like crazy. They'll inform each other that the leader is calling and be here in a couple of minutes. Although Johnny could have just used the alarm. No, he couldn't. It's for dangerous events only. It was just an example. Johnny could also use a knife. If I stab anyone, the practitioners will come running too. Johnny, it was just an example. Guys, the charming young lady with the first aid kit is Iris. You can get anti-nausea pills from her. You can also tell her if you or your scientist partner would like to swap with someone else from the camp. Don't be shy. Over and out. Suddenly Iris is in charge of the distribution of anti-nausea pills. And doing a good job at that. Resembles an intro into touching social melodrama, but alas. How many pills and do you want to swap? 2. My scientist partner probably should. I'll send her over. Thanks. How many pills and do you want to swap? 2. No thanks. You're welcome. How many pills and do you want to swap? 4. My scientists aren't doing too well. Alright, and what about swapping? Johnny's holding up, so I'll manage too. Thanks. Not the place or time for it, otherwise I'll be yelling, next. Should make these endless repetitions less dull, or make the situation less personal and more optimal. Anyhow, next thought, next practitioner. How many pills and do you want to swap? 2. Do you have anything anti-stress? Here you go. 2 at a time at most. Do you maybe want to actually swap? I'll manage, thanks. How many pills and do you want to swap? 4. I want to, but the situation demands otherwise. I know Johnny said we could leave, but he's still here. Maybe change your mind? No, sorry, got carried away a bit, thanks. Let's see if drop on these guys. But luckily, it's not up to us. What if it was up to us? Listen, it's really hard to give a straightforward answer. Is it acceptable to cut bread with a knife that was used to kill a man? Probably not. However, what if you don't have any other knife? Now, what if you weren't cutting bread but had to cut the rope used to tie that man to the chair? We could just not look for anything. It's obvious whatever we find here, it's got to be theirs, used by them. What if our find saves a life later? What if it doesn't? I don't know. As you can see, there's no ethically correct solution here. I went for practical logic. It is best to take into account the options available to us. Maybe no one's going to need the remains of the vehicle anyway, and yet here we are arguing over it. Or maybe there's no scrubbing off that blood. Either way, we've found it already. Why argue? Johnny and Chen can take it from here. For me, everything here is just... I've got no words for it. Yes, I know what you mean. How many pills and do you want to swap? Got anything for a headache? I'm not doing too bad, and my scientists are all right too, but my head is splitting in half. 1 second. Here you are. Super thanks. How many pills and do you want to swap? Elder practitioner. I was going to say, she was given some kind of like, she was called brunette practitioner. So I'm like, nobody else got a description, but he's called elder practitioner. 2, and the kid has found a strongbox. We need you there. Strongbox? Where? There's a fake panel on the other side of the farm, and yes, we have missed it. And who's this kid? From Dora's group, the blonde one, literally a kid. Carries a cat on his shoulders. The cat is fire, by the way. Tony? Probably, don't remember his name. Okay, let's go. Tony is the chosen one, and now a detective too. I really hope there's nothing truly disgusting or dangerous in that strongbox. What can there be, though? Money, gold, papers or something? Damn it, now I'm intrigued. Well, 2, and no, I'm not swapping. There you are. Thank you. Is Iris right? You might want to take the guy away from there, the Tony one. Okay, and how come? Fabrizio said not to mention substances around him. Who knows what's in that strongbox? Looks like Fab is actually trying to keep Tony safe. Oh no, how dare he? Don't be spiteful. I don't think Tony is going to realise what it is you find. Say some white powder, so what? Just don't go shouting out loud that it can be shot up from the veins. Reasonable, thanks. Hi there, I'd like to swap. I was told I could. See Tian about that, please. If I'm the only one swapping, I'd rather not. Don't want to look stupid. Awkward. Am I expected to swing her one way or the other? I mean, what does she want from me? Alright, I'll try door delivery candy straight to 10. I'm sure the scientist leader can deal with this. Let me take you to her. Just a moment, though. I need to finish with these 2 behind you. Will you wait? Yeah, sure. How many pills and do you want to swap? 6, just to have a few spares. Here you go. And what about swapping? Nah, I'll stick it out for now, thanks. How many pills and do you want to swap? 1, and yes, I'll be happy to swap if that's okay. Excellent, let's go see Chen. Oh, and Suzu too. I'm so happy I'm not the only one. Me too, little fox. Chen, there are two who want to swap. Thank you. You're welcome. Iris Deliveries Unlimited. Our responsible employees will help you take these 3 steps towards your leader and will not judge you. Not allowed, at least. Back in the camp, please find... Iris, I guess you want to have a look at the strongbox Tony has found, do you? I sure do. Same, let's go. So what's going on here? We're waiting. For what? Guys are looking for the key to open the strongbox. Johnny told them where to look for it, so any minute now. If Johnny's right, that is. Want some good news for a change? It all ended up badly for the house owners, and it looks like some of the prisoners managed to escape. I'm even beginning to think that all the explosives in the basement are sort of the final chord. But how did... Actually, hold on. Chen would want to hear this too. Be right back. Any of my guys opted for a swap? No, they're afraid of upsetting you. Okay. Johnny, Dora is saying people have managed to escape from there. How do you know? The doors from 2 of the cages are busted from the inside and the others have their locks knocked off. Busted from the inside? I'm sorry, I don't quite get it. The hinges are ripped out. We found the keys next to the bodies upstairs, just like you said. Put them together in one bunch. Here you are. Aha, so the well-dressed folks who got shot so inhumanely were not the nicest people in the world, just as we presumed. Looks like they paid their price. Well, here comes the showdown. If there's anything left in the strongbox, chances are there was no one left to claim it. Guys, we're opening the strongbox. By the way, Dora, the kid did a great job. The guy not only found the fake panel, but also gave the others one quality talk on how the locks work and why you shouldn't bust them on the spot. I was very impressed. Tony? Yes, shortly speaking, there are armoured inserts and maybe ball bearings too. Inside the lock, it's a tumbler lock, there on the strongbox. How do you know this? My prototype liked to play with locks. If he played with this one, he'd probably lose. Must keep hands steady for long. Fuck. No one's taken it. Looks like you're right. Justice prevailed after all. The runaways could use this nicely, if you know. Iris, can you let go of Taiko's bag for a little? Here. Is mirror money not worth anything, or do you not need cash in the Mirrorverse? I forgot to ask, does anyone mind? No one? Nice, fab. I'm going back. Guess we're done here. Fabricio, can you keep an eye on it to make sure the fire doesn't spread? That's highly unlikely, but I'll stay anyway. Good. Chen, are you alright? Yes, I hope Johnny is doing better. Since he got to set the strongbox on fire, I bet he is. It would be nice if we figured out correctly that the prisoners indeed managed to escape. We should go back. They might need help with coordinating the others. Yes, you're right. By the way, Iris, come see me when you can. I promise to tell you about the ceremonies. Alright. I need to give Fabricio the note from Michelle. Fab. Yes, Iris, anything I can help you with? Michelle asked me to give you this. How is she? She seemed alright. She has a photo of you two on her desk. Thanks. I've got a couple of thoughts on what I can ask him, or maybe I shouldn't. Go on then. I'd like to ask you something. Sure, anything. Why Expeditions rather than Crystal City? Why haven't you joined the Reflections Police? Michelle said you were one of the best officers. The Reflections Police don't really do that much meaningful work. Now the practitioner's work actually matters. Are you saying you want to be doing something meaningful? Just like all of us. What's going to happen to Chloe and the practitioners next? She made a mistake which won't go smoothly, but Chloe needs to get better first of all. The practitioners will be just fine. Has anything like this happened before? It has, but no one's been on the brink of death before. I mean, except for those who prototypes are still alive. Objectively speaking, Johnny is the best leader. How are you taking all this? Practitioners trained for extreme circumstances, so I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Thanks for the answers, Fab. I shall get going. Wait, answer one question of mine, please. Have you ever done erotica, individual scenes, or maybe even full-on feature films? What now? Maybe he has a bet with someone. No, and I do not like this question. Okay, I'll just look up some of your raunchier pics tonight then, to keep my hands busy, you know? See you around. Fuck, what the hell was this just now? Maybe he meant... No, I actually can't think of anything here that wouldn't be dirty. Me neither. Fuck, what the fuck? Sometimes you'd rather someone stayed away. So, she was off with him. And I went with her gut and was off with him too, in my choices. I went into it fresh. It's like, okay, we'll be nice to you. We'll ask you questions. We'll have a nice civil conversation. And he's like, hey, you done porn? I want to look at some pictures of you. Sometimes you're right, someone stayed away. Ugh. So, we're just going to continue to not like him then. Damn, it's like, I want to do something about it, but yelling you douchebag after him is pointless. He will say, I didn't mean it like that, or will full on not understand what is wrong. Tell someone, it's my word against his, a dead end too. I disagree. I'm sure Dora can negotiate to keep Fabrizio nicely away from you, which is what we'd want, yeah? I want to punch him in the face. But yeah, I might go talk to her. Talk to Tony. Tony would never talk to you like that. Tony, how are you? I think Johnny is right. Flame is pretty, better than money. Are you sad? There is so much going on here and he's asking about me. Whoa. Admit you're sad. I am, yes, but we should focus on more immediate things right now. Want a pet apricot? He's kind. It's good that you bought him. And also, you're brave and fuzzy. Me and Apricot think so. This awkward moment when a cat judges you as fuzzy. Do you and Apricot agree on everything? Not exactly. I tried to sleep like Apricot. Not good. Made Dora laugh, though. It's good when she's having fun. But you are fuzzy. This we agree on. You two are fuzzy. That's how it is. Tony, so you're an expert on locks, it turns out. An expert? Someone who knows a lot about one specific subject. In our case, that's locks. Pluto and Topanga are doing like a little sexy dance around each other. No, my prototype used to play with them. Maybe he enjoyed it. I dream about it sometimes, or maybe it was his job. Is he an expert if it was his job? If he did his job well, he probably is one, yes? Dora, Chen, Takeo, Johnny, all of them experts. I get it. I'll be an expert. You sure will be if you stay this determined. Tony, I should go now. Don't be too bored here. Sure. Escape safely. You cannot know for sure. I'm using common sense, Maximilian, and you should too. As I've said before, the hinges are busted from the inside, and that they are clearly into it, but I guess I shouldn't put it off if I want to tell her about Fab's passes at me. Just make sure you ask her first and not act rashly. Otherwise she'll run and scratch his eyes out. Do we have faith in her, though? Is she just going to go, yeah, what, shrug? You're imagining it again, like she did with a mirror. Damn, stop tempting me. Tell Dora now. Dora? Sorry to distract you. I have 2 favours to ask of you, and the first one is that you keep the second one between us. Here's the second one. Can you somehow keep Fabrizio away from me? He just shared his rather X-rated intentions regarding the fragile little me, my image to be precise. He did what? Between the 2 of us, remember? I'll talk to Johnny or ask Jen. And maybe it's best not to keep it just between us. No thanks. May he burn in hell. Iris? I'm glad you told her. Approach Chen right away. Iris, how are you doing? A stupid question, I know. I'm not doing the worst. It's a question like any other. I'm not doing the worst, to be fair. Can I do anything for you, or did you want to talk about the ceremonies? Chen, you have just stopped being sick yourself, and now you're asking me if you can help me. Do you find it odd? I'm the scientist leader, and I must... Or not. I don't know. That's just how I am. So can I help you with anything? I suppose yes. Is it because of stress, or does Chen naturally not allow the scientist leader to display weakness? She's hesitating, though. Has she let me in? I can move straight onto ceremonies or ask her something else first. How are you doing yourself? People very rarely ask people directly, how are you? They'll go to someone else and say, how are they? I did this myself this morning. The lady that I take care of in the mornings, her daughter-in-law's sister was hospitalised recently with an appendicitis, came out, started recovering, then got really bad pains and was rushed back into hospital. They found like lumps and stuff inside her lungs. There's a secondary thing that's going on with her. She was in a lot of pain. And then their dog has cancer. And then 3 days ago, the dog got pneumonia. So this woman is dealing with her elderly mother-in-law, her elderly mother, her sick sister, and a dog with cancer and pneumonia. And so this morning, it's like, how are you? Are you all right? I made a specific thing of saying, are you okay? Because everyone's just going to be asking, how's the dog? How's your mum? How's your mother-in-law? How's your sister? She's going to fill everyone in on all the worries about everyone else, and no one's ever going to say to her, how are you? So I said it. And it just made me think of it. So that's why I chose that choice. If anyone's watching this and you're in a position to ask someone with a lot of shit going on, ask them, how are you doing? Are you okay? Is anyone looking at you and checking on you and making sure you're all right? Do that. Yes, thank you for the pills. You've told Takeo what we found here, haven't you? Yeah, quoted Johnny. Good, I guess it was comprehensive enough. Thanks, Iris. Takeo's reaction was surprisingly moderate, by the way. He's a very strong man. So I asked Chen how she was doing. We had a chat about Takeo. Intriguing. Did you absolutely have to go inside? If I understand correctly, Johnny had warned you about the mess in there. He had, yes. But Iris, I'm the scientist leader. I had to inspect the place and issue orders. My personal weaknesses have nothing to do with my work. I hope I'll be able to overcome them and be more prepared next time. Was there really no other way? Iris, my team would have to go inside either way. I cannot afford to stay out of it. So there was another way. Not for me, no. What do you think about the fact 2 scientists ended up swapping? Yes, they had your pre-approval, but everyone else stayed apart from them. We can afford to substitute if we need to, and I think it's a good thing. Susumu taking care of Candy like that. Taking care? Well, this definition works for me. He was managing quite well, even working inside. I believe he simply wanted to support Candy by leaving like she was. Tell me about the ceremonies. You see, Iris, it would be strange to pretend like nothing is going on when you stumble upon something like this. Emotional stress needs an outlet. When we share the outlet, we become closer to one another. Someone wants to share how they feel, while others need to talk the situation through, yet others prefer to keep silent. Unfortunately, we'll never know what actually happened, so the real question is about what helps you personally cope better. Takeo usually holds one ceremony after the other for anyone who's interested, but this time we'll split into 3 groups. Which one would you like to join? I want to be where Tony is, but I'm not sure. Maybe Tony would be in the one that wants to share feelings. I know Tony so well. I'm so pleased. I know Tony so well. Hello, Topanga. You're in your little baby bed. Hello, Topanga. Good girl. Every time we go out to search for new lands, I know we will encounter death. That death will quite likely not be mine. And I know what I will see will break my heart many times over. The only thing I can do for these dead of mine is to allow it to happen. All the dead, known and unknown, become mine because thinking of them makes my heart ache and makes me want to cry. Roy says that death resembles surgery under general anaesthesia. Before the surgery, you're usually around, then you're not, then you're around again, and your surroundings suddenly seem so bright. I hope for everyone who has died here that their own then has occurred and they are out there somewhere now and they are well. I think they are now like fire and it's a warm feeling. Those dead had reflections. May they be happier than their prototypes. I don't want to say anything. Enough has been said. Although as far as I can tell, Chen is like a taut string. I can try supporting her if she lets me. Support Chen. Jen? It's good that we're here. We're all here. Yes. Be at Chen's side during the hardest time at the farm. I got an achievement. Ah, I got an achievement for her. I hadn't done anything else for her. Tony? Let Tony comfort me. Well, I did make a choice that could have let him do it, so it wasn't there. Like, when I chose the tell him you are sad, rather than pretend to be cheerful, that could have been allow Tony to comfort me. I hope that's not a missed achievement. And that's it. All we have left to do is blast the place and we can assume we're done here. Are we going to get a time stop sort of explosion? Please don't do it. Okay, I won't. It's going to go off on its own by accident. I mean it. So do I. That'll be a dope end to the day, watching the farm collapse inward with a bang. We can get someone to deliver champagne even. Johnny, I understand what you're feeling, I really do, but you cannot deal with problems this way. We have a duty to community and we have instructions we must comply with. Therefore, stop it. You're not being like this because of the precious community. Let's just avoid the blast. No one would want to see this. No one? To live up to the expectations of your no one, we're supposed to drag and drop all the bodies with the community, eh? Maybe add gift ribbons too. Since we're at it, maybe remember how the corpses are all at different stages of decay. I say we put yellow ribbons on the more rotten ones and red will do for the rest. Cute bows on top. Please don't say these things. Fine. In that case, shall we waste no time and circle back to our favourite story from 5 years ago? It's got nothing to do with now. You're the practitioner's leader and you have certain obligations. The next thing you're going to say is that just like TV with no way to change the channel. Dora and I are hanging here, labelling samples that the scientists have collected. Max, Tony and Third are helping the practitioners get the equipment back to the buses, while Chen and Johnny are suddenly sorting things out with each other. I think we're going to see it blow up no matter what comes about. I think he's just going to go, done. Or more like contesting the territory. To blast or not to blast, that is the question. Anyway, if I know how conflicts work at all, which I do know, don't I? I'm guessing what I know is there won't be an agreement. Johnny's I want versus Chen's don't. It's a dead end. The genre implies that someone should now burst into the scene and resolve everything gloriously. Maybe your curator can handle this. Judging by the fact that she still hasn't intervened, Dora is at a loss. Aren't you? Who would you back up if you were here? Or if you were her? I'm me, to be fair. The most important thing is that they see eye to eye. Otherwise, I'll end up with an expedition where its leaders are trying to hurt one another. A touch. Very sweet. Definitely promotes a sense of friendliness and personal growth. Actually, it doesn't. I kind of want to see it blown up, but I do not want to go against Chen. So, actually, they better stop arguing. It doesn't matter if anything gets blasted here or not. I agree. Everyone's on edge as it is. By the way, I can also ask about the story from 5 years ago that Johnny mentioned. What for? Might help me understand something. At the moment, Chen and Johnny will hardly... won't interrupt their bickering for now. I'll ask Dora instead. She's not going to like it. Well, tough luck. Dora, what's with the story from 5 years ago? I could ask one of them, but you're my curator after all. That's foul play. Bringing out the big guns, yeah. I'm a little ashamed, true, but I need more information. Iris, I don't think that you or any of the others should know. This is where she says, but. But since the subject came up and you're not going to let me be until I... 5 years ago, Chen, Chaiko and Johnny took part in a series of experiments together. It was about recreating the primary mirror. The first experiment simply failed in general, but the last one actually ended in a tragedy. A lot of people died. You having a noisy drink of water? Sounds bad, but I still don't see what it has to do with today. The man in charge of the experiment violated the instructions. He lied, telling everyone he had coordinated the new conditions with the community. And he never coordinated them? Not quite so. He technically did, but he faked the numbers in his paperwork. And they believed him? Iris, he was a rather famous scientist. He made a few serious discoveries related to item stabilization and destabilization. One could say he was the face of the community to a certain degree. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the part about complying with instructions. Regarding Chen's other arguments, the experiments were conducted in a discovered land. When they tried to fuse the shards together, a blast went off and the stabilization went fast undone. Chen was very close to the epicenter and only survived because Chaiko carried her out. They were seriously wounded, both of them. It was sheer luck that they bumped into Johnny, who opened them a door to the hospital. Chaiko had been a famous surgeon before. As a result, it cost him his career. So please do not discuss the experiment with him. Alright. I'm going to leave you with this nice music while I get another drink. Not another Guinness, but another drink. Okay. I have some more Schlur. And I blew my nose. I don't quite understand how saving Chen cost Taiko his career, but Dora is certainly not planning to tell me more. Anyway, it's no surprise that Chen doesn't want to blast anything, it's the memories. And Johnny does? He's a reckless nutcase, just like I said before. I guess. What a solid argument. Okay, time to make up my mind. I can try and make Johnny or Chen change their minds, or ask Dora to intervene and sway someone. Someone? Johnny is hardly going to listen to her. So I guess I can only ask Dora to try and make Chen change her mind. I'm afraid that logic alone won't do here. I'll have to throw some personal influence based on my irresistible character, as well as any relations and professional respect. Or at least one of those three. Make Dora do it. Get Dora to do something. Why aren't you intervening, by the way? They are faction leaders, Iris. Do you really think I've got anything new to tell them? If you do, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I think they won't tell each other anything new either. And you can intervene and influence someone. Not as a professional, but more like on a personal level. Stroke their hair, ask them to stop, convince them, resort to blackmail, etc. Ask to stop? Why are you so invested in resolving this situation, Iris? I've already said why. They won't come to an agreement on their own, and it'll only get uglier. We've got a peculiar case on our hands, so we need peculiar solutions. Johnny knows what to do in non-standard situations. Dora, here's a quick question. Do I often behave rashly and try to help everyone? Not as often as you should. And does Teiko normally hold ceremonies one after another? Yes, I don't see the connection here. You will in a minute. One more thing. First, you let us help out, and then you changed your mind. The situation turned out more complicated than I had originally thought, Iris. Which is why we did the 3 ceremonies at the same time, and you behaved like a responsible grown-up. So didn't Johnny burn down the strongbox for the same reasons, and is now wanting to blast the place? I don't believe so, no. He is selfish. In my opinion, making it so this farm stops existing is the only adequate way, given everything that's been happening. I doubt it. Johnny's reaction is just wrong, that's all. Not wrong, but unfamiliar. Everyone's reactions are unfamiliar. Remember how you called off your own instructions and how this one Iris suddenly did a very good job? You and I are not enough to draw up the statistics. Do you need more examples? Okay. Maximilian. How does he normally react to whatever we find? To whatever in general, really. He's neutral. Let's admit, he just doesn't care. Unfortunately, you're right about most of it. And now he's clearly struggling, like for real, you see. Not everyone is behaving in an unfamiliar way. Take Third, for example, and Leo, but you're making sense too. The situation is definitely peculiar. We've never found ourselves in circumstances like these before. I'll talk to Chen. Thank you, Iris. Well done, you. Phew, yep. What was this achievement? Convince Dora to intervene in the argument on the farm. This is the only Dora achievement we've got, and there's only 2 left. We have had nothing to do with Dora in this game. Time out, Johnny. You'll get some air. I'll give Chen back in 5 minutes. Easy. You enjoy yourselves. Alright, Johnny. I'm hooked. You can blast the building, end of discussion. Once you're done with a statement for the community, send it over to me with someone. I'll add a couple of lines. Blimey. Wow. Try not to write that in your statement. I will, thank you, Chen. My apologies, Chen. All done. There's nobody inside or around the building, and we've retrieved all of our things. We've double-checked everything like you told us to. Who did the second go-over? Me and Leo. Okay, you can go now. Go back to the camp, Fab. I'll be over there soon. Got it. Chen, are you going to watch? Yes. Are you certain it's going to be contained enough? How rude. I should have sent Fab some champagne after all. Oh well, this'll do fine. They animated the explosion. I did not think they were going to animate that. And the fire's animated. This game so far has had very limited animation. Yay! And you were going to blast it either way, weren't you? I said that. I said no matter what I intervened with, no matter what I did, he's going to want to blow that up. I was hoping we would agree on this. Were you? What do you reckon? Is it more likely that you'd understand me or that I'd side with you? To be fair, both can work. So since both can work, you prepared everything for the blast in advance, huh? I've prepared the detonator, that's all. Had to account for all the possible outcomes. Today's special talk, how to stop arguing and yet continue arguing all the same. They've come to an agreement though. And now bam, and they bite each other's heads off. Doubt it. You've got no faith in people. Thank Dora for convincing me to do it your way. Thanks Dora, and apparently thank you too, Iris. Let's enjoy the show. It is nighttime, but it doesn't feel like it because of the void. I should sleep, but I can't. I've been busy with things all day, and now I feel like I shouldn't stop. I really can't. At all. And Taco's stupid sedatives aren't working. It's like it doesn't matter if my eyes are closed or open. Third is snoring, others aren't. Dora is elsewhere. Lying down isn't working. Sitting up is just as much. Jumping up and down is also not an option. I don't feel like doing anything, including sleeping. I should have a chat with Johnny to do myself some good or bad, or just something at all. Or I could just stay here. I think someone else is awake inside the bus, probably Tony. We should all be getting some sleep, but stay in the camp. If Tony's awake, we are with Tony. Fuck Johnny. Iris? Can't he sleep either? Or he's worried about you? Your ears are slightly pink. Are you cold? Is it why you're holding yourself? He could have sat on the chair next to her, but he's sitting at her feet like a little puppy. I love him. Are you sad and cold because of that? You don't know? Yes, I'm cold and sad. If you mean that I'm sitting here all cold because I'm sad, then yes. Although I didn't realise I was cold until you came here. Oh, you need the warm and the fun. He hugged her legs. You're shivering, should I not? It's fine. You're just warm. It's strange to be touching someone. All in all, this is fine. Oh, I got my achievement! Let Tony comfort you! I got my achievement! I did it right! Tell Tony something he cannot deal with. Oh no, I don't want to upset Tony! Oh my god! Can I rest my head? Yes! You can! Oh my god! And you wanted me to go to Johnny. Look at this. You wanted me to go to Johnny. You're soft. And fuzzy. And fuzzy and brave and beautiful and cold. Literally cold. Very. I think I'm warming up. But still cold. I woke up and you weren't there. Third is snoring. He doesn't mean to. Are you sure? Yes, Apricot was snoring yesterday too. And he also hums. Purrs. Weird word. Why not hum? Well, does he say purr? More like hums song. You're the one who said purr.
Poodle, are you zooming? Are you doing zoomies, Poodle?
Oh, Poodle's having bursts of energy. Poodle is excited for Tony and Iris too. I was just pretending to be Apricot. Don't tell Dora that I can. Secret, nice. So did you wake up because Third was snoring? I don't know why I woke up. I just went looking for you. Why not Dora? She's not inside the bus either. You're sad and she is just gone. Why didn't I think of that? Yes, I want you to stop being sad. It's sad to be sad. I'm better now. Oh, this is such a lovely image. Stroke Tony's hair. Oh. Or is it purr better? This is good. Doesn't matter as long as it's good. Ah, you're fuzzy. When I used to be sad, I wasn't cold at all and I slept a lot. And you don't sleep at all and you're cold a lot. You think too. What about? Nothing in particular. How so? It's like I'm asleep, but I can still talk, sit and do things. Is it why you don't feel that you're cold? It's never cold during sleep. Maybe. And how do I wake you if you're asleep but not sleeping? Stay near. Stay near, I guess. I feel better when you came out. Oh, I'll come more then. You also woke me up before. Woke you up? With words. They were laid out right to understand better. I saw them. You're confusing me. Yes, not on purpose. I saw you. You were saying the words and I saw you better even. I didn't see the words, but they helped me see you. Still confusing? Oh, you were saying dear things, warm things. I woke up. You're saying warm things too now. I get them wrong sometimes, but you still seem better. And I feel better too. Thank you, Tony. When I go back inside, I will be getting slightly pink ears too. And cold knees as well, and Mama Dora will give us an earful. You're right, let's go. I think I've got a good chance of falling asleep now. Yes! Topanga! I'm so happy! I'm so happy, Topanga! I need some distraction. Going through everything that has happened might help. The leaders had a row, Roy is dead, Chloe is hanging in there, and we have found a farm with, thankfully, I never got to see what exactly. No. Oh no, to hell with all this, distract myself. Take a breather, giggle a bit, for one thing. In a diary, how would you do that? Exactly, I need something silly, goofy even, charming and cute. Oh, I wonder what would everyone be doing on an expedition if we were all in the prototypes world? I have no idea. Use your imagination. Let's start with Dora. I think she'd be running her own private school. Why would she have cheese? Fashionable, of course. With the most haute couture uniforms ever. Yes, that would suit her well. Now Third. Damn it, I don't have the faintest clue what he'd be. But I bet he'd be working day and night. And would take a new name. All the while keeping the older one. Say Richard III. Although that's not exactly his vibe. Maybe he'd be in touch with the practitioners. I mean former practitioners. Like send Johnny postcards off-piste? Off-piste? Well, or to the volcano crater or the seabed. I think Johnny would invent a new extreme sport combining as many existing ones as possible. Or become the champion of we know what. Would throw in a secret ingredient. Then would go out on a bender. Then would start collecting stamps so as not to be too predictable. Maybe he'd become a pyrotechnician for the movies. Would be blasting everything within his reach. The reality is seeping through. Okay, I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about Maximilian. He'd open his own gym, I suppose. It would be cosy. And would meet everyone with helium balloons at the door. Just kidding. Max would definitely appreciate contactless delivery. He'd totally ask to leave everything by the door, although he'd probably be a generous tipper, I think. I'm so mean. So what about Tony? He'd look for beauty in everything. He'd paint something nice, like watches, and Dora and me. And there are so many books he'd definitely like out in that world, and films and series, theatre. Anyway, at least Roy is easy. He'd be a firefighter. Because he loves big vehicles. Because he likes the colour red and large vehicles. Why are you so sure about the vehicles? Well, Roy doesn't really have a choice. He'd simply not fit into a Mini Cooper. Chen and Takeo left. Why do I start with? I think Chen would be a scientist with a lab and her own research. Probably, or she'd be a completely different person. I can't quite picture it off the top of my head. I wonder if she can. Second that. And what about Takeo? In my opinion, he's right where he should be. He'd be studying cracks. Where? In rock formations. He'd be a geologist. Why not indeed? Okay, it's been fun, but somehow I doubt it'd be fun for real. Quite the contrary even. I'm sure it would not be like this. Something wrong again? We're going through some reading unfriendly turbulence. I cannot see anything. Now then, you all stay here and I'll find out what's going on and be right back. I like that the cat is now part of the in the minivan scene. Could it be the radar detecting something? There was no sound though. Maybe they turned it off or brought the volume down for the night. Dora will tell us everything. Want some food for now? If we need to dash somewhere, food will hold us back. Apricot, come over here. We might be running somewhere later. Meow? I don't know. Dora will tell us. You can all go to sleep. Doesn't look like we'll be going anywhere until tomorrow. Typical practitioners. Apricot, there'll be no running. Meow. Dora, you don't want to tell us what happened there? Not what, but who? Roy. He decided he could open a door to a moving bus in the middle of the night, as if we'd solved all other problems already. Anyone hurt? No, fortunately. So why are we not going forward? Ask Johnny. They're screaming, hugging, and not thinking straight, or at all. Then he'll drag Roy to see Chloe, and then elsewhere, and we'll be stuck here until the morning. In that case, I'll go say hello to Roy. May I? I'm not sleepy at all. Oh, Remy! Everyone's doing zoomies. Everyone's doing I'm in love zoomies. Rogue did a little run to Remy, and Remy ran back. And that's really cool because Remy is blind. So for Remy to run, he's totally happy and totally trusting. Look at these guinea pigs. Look at them. Oh, can you even see anything? You can see nothing. Behind the curtain, there's a wonderful scene of Rogue and Remy nuzzling each other's faces and bodies. Oh, Rogue, you love your boyfriend. You love him. Good girl. I assure you it was really, really beautiful and romantic. I promise. You just didn't get to see any of it, but it was. You can go if you want to. Thanks. I'll take a stroll too. Probably won't be long. You'd better not. It looks very good on you. I was wearing one just like this when you pulled me out. That suit is ruined, of course, but since it's gotten to all of this, I shouldn't resist ordering another one. Someone picked the most elegant suit to drown himself. It made you remember me, though. It's hard to forget the man who apologised for his suicide attempt the first thing he came around. I decided you were the last vision of my exhausted mind before death. A beautiful vision, and I was scared to disappoint the vision. Still am. Apparently visions lose the gift of speech easily. Now I'm embarrassed. And you're charming at it. And you're actually not scared of anything and are telling me all these fancy stories too. Make you like me? A little bit. My fears, however, are genuinely about you. I want you to be happy. I love you. Which is why I stabbed you in the chest. No reaction. Her pupils are... How are you? I had a flashback. Fenrir, where are we? Don't you recognise me? What the heck? You are Fenrir, and it looks like you've pulled me into some weird game. I am not Fenrir. Leo, get Takeo over here now. Roger that. Let's try and figure this out. Do you remember what happened in the dressing room? Happened doesn't quite describe it. What dressing room? Can you just explain to me what's going on? You are not well. The doctor is coming and we'll try to understand what is going on, okay? Fuck. My love. Visit your subconscious. Okay. I'm somewhere deep down in my subconscious. It's pretty cozy here. Armchairs would be nice and a red velvet curtains too. Tony would be nice. Bring Tony. Iris. Hey there, I was just about to start impersonating the confused Vincent Vega looking left and right. Do we have a headache? Damn, I don't think I feel anything. We really do, a big one. Iris, I'm in pain. I'm sorry, I couldn't control us. Meh, a couch would be really good to have. Shall we maybe sit on the floor? Is this even floor? Or try and fall through another level of our subconscious? There is probably another Iris dwelling there, or even two of them. This is better. Hey, why are you apologising for being unable to control this? It seems like I should have done that. I didn't have a single thought in my head. I mean, I had no idea what I was even going to say next. Did you? No, I couldn't even hear your thoughts. It seemed like I just needed to try harder and then I'd be able to stop it, or us, by willing it. I tried, but nothing. Although maybe it did work. After all, we are here. It's nicer here. At least I am me. Only my head is starting to throb too. Mine seems to be getting better, on the contrary. What is it? I have a sensation like someone's stroking my hair with a lot of affection. As if they know I have a headache and they're trying to comfort me. Any of the guys? Maybe you're about to come back to your senses. And get wasted as soon as. Damn it, Iris, what in the actual fuck is going on? I wish I knew. It was Tony! It was Tony! I thought, it was going to be stupid murdered me ex-husband reflection dude that they keep trying to push me onto. But it was Tony. And then eat ice cream with strawberries. Oh, are you awake? Am I? I thought you knew. Well, looks like I can speak for myself. Yes, hi there, Iris. Hey, Tony. Are you hurt? My head is splitting. How come you are here? I was talking to Takeo, so I came with him. Hold on a minute. Did our doctor let you stroke my hair? Yes, he wanted to try waking you himself, but I told him about the zero-sum game. I mean that it wasn't it, so we could both try. So he let me do it once, and I scratched you behind the ear, and you smiled, and so he let me go for it. You need to talk, but I'll wait here. Did you recognize me? Yes. Welcome to the world of predictability. I need to do a checkup. Roy, he wants us to shut up. Us? Iris, how are you feeling? I've got a splitting headache. Would you like to sit down? It's not that bad. Here, some painkillers. Drink this. Do you remember what happened to you? Most of it, but I didn't see you come. Johnny told me you suddenly froze on the spot and your glance was unfocused. There was zero reaction to external stimuli, but you were stable and standing. I saw Roy and fell into a flashback where I was Serena. She was with Fenrir, Roy's prototype. Her murderer. Poor old Johnny is always the last one to learn. Are you not ashamed, bro? No. Let's continue. Johnny and Roy, you better step aside for now. We'll keep quiet. Our exchange of pleasantries can wait. I'm sorry. My foot is really itchy. I'm having a good old itch. Oh, that's better. I'm so sorry. It needs a good thorough scratching. There we are. Rogue's saying, why are you getting scratched? Give me a head scratch. Okay. Iris, you had flashbacks before, but you never behaved like you were someone else. I lost control of myself right afterwards. I was aware, but I couldn't do anything about it. Were you behaving like your prototype? Yes, if she were to find herself in an unfamiliar place in the company of strangers. To be more precise, she knew Roy, but she called him Fenrir. You did manage to regain control in the end, didn't you? Not exactly. I fell into an internal dialogue with the other Iris. Sounds charming. Shouldn't get distracted now. Better focus on Checo. Yes, the other Iris said that she couldn't do anything about it and that she was in pain. Seemingly, she actually managed to pull me out of that state. Or not, but she believed she had to and could. Damn it, it sounds like my inner voice has got something to do with Serena. Anyway, we had a little chat and I came round as myself. Could the other Iris be something left of my prototype's death? You supposed that before that the other Iris could emerge as a reaction to stress, but can she be something left after my prototype's death? This is unscientific. There is no proof. On the other hand, we cannot fully discard your version either. Would you want the other Iris to be something left after your prototype's death? Maybe. I see. By the way, do you remember asking me about one specific medication? Given the current situation, I could prescribe you something similar. What an odd coincidence. Not much of a coincidence as it seems. Its prescription was in Serena's bag. Not in her name, yes, but still. You see a connection. Uh-huh. Iris, I made a mistake by underestimating just how important Serena was to you. You come across as a flexible person who copes with adjustment. You make jokes, you are efficient in critical situations, and you are easygoing. Nevertheless, I would go so far as to say you need more time to fully process your loss. I'm not going to mislead you. I have no easy solution, and I cannot guarantee that the available ones will definitely work. There are solutions available, at least. Yes, we can move on to stronger medications and place you in professional care. In that case, you are likely to remember the next few months very vaguely, but your psyche will have a good chance of recovery. Does it mean I'll be like Tony when we first met? Yes. Thanks, but I'll pass. I have another offer too, but we'll have to discuss it with Dora, although I think she will agree to monitor your state herself. Dora is a master of monitoring. It will be interesting to find out who the master of silence is. Pardon, my bad. Iris, I have to ask, what was the last thing you saw before your flashback? Roy, his suit. To be more specific, it's like he transformed into his prototype, who was dressed the same. So you were saying they looked identical? Almost. Roy ruffles up his hair. Details are not that important. While the suit was important for them. By the way, my first nightmare. Iris, given all you said above, you need to reinforce your pillars of personality, work on self-realization, finding your place, making friends, doing something you like, and remove the triggers. That is, you cannot talk to or see Roy. Wait a minute, I still can though, right? I have a question. Roy, where did you reflect your prototype today? What if there was something important going on? As far as I understand, Fenrir wouldn't have put on this suit just to get a haircut. On a yacht. What was he doing there? I don't know. It was super hot and the sun was beating down, so I left and got here as soon as I could. Damn it. Maybe Fenrir will again try to end his... Then Roy's connection will snap and I'll know. Iris, let's go back to discussing your current state. As I have already mentioned, you should remove the triggers, which means no talking to or seeing Roy. For a long time? For 2 to 3 months. It is standard for those who die in front of the mirror. The psyche recovers and the flashbacks stop for good, so you and Iris may try communicating again. Can you evaluate the risk of her fully losing control? There is a certain risk, but I think it's not too high, as long as Iris conforms to all that is prescribed. Iris will. Probably. Teiko, so what do you think about the other Iris, given the situation? Iris's psyche is trying to protect itself. It may look odd or even frightening, but an imaginary sub-personality is not the worst coping mechanism. Psst, you're my sub-personality. A protective sub-personality. Heroic too. Iris, do you have any questions? Doctor, will you still attend to me if I turn into a pumpkin? Any serious questions? No. Good. Don't forget to take the pills prescribed previously. You can also increase the dosage by 50%. I will let Dora know. We'll take it from here. You should get some rest. Otherwise, you'll have to send for yourself to get help with battling the burnout. That would be rather peculiar. One smart man recommended that I should get some sleep. So this man, does he practice what he preaches? You tell me, Doctor. All right, keep me posted on this. Iris, you can change your mind about getting treatment at the hospital anytime. It is probably your best option. It isn't. Just keep it in mind. See you. What are we going to do, Roy? I think Cheiko is right, and we shouldn't see each other for now. Shall we try exchanging letters? Not a bad idea. If you want, I can deliver your letters around. Not every day, of course, on special occasions. Bro, I've just realised that every day of ours is a special occasion. Wait for the letter, Iris. I hope to see you soon. I'll be off too. Don't be too bored, Iris. Bye, Johnny. Is Tony coming back? Did Teiko explain what made you fall asleep? I can tell you, but I'm not sure you'll understand. Don't be upset. I'm not. Tell me still. My prototype's name was Serena. She was nice and I miss her. Roy has a prototype too. His name was Fenrir. Fenrir murdered Serena in front of the mirror and he's also her husband. Oh! And you had to reflect. I'm so sorry, Iris. Thank you. So then I saw Roy wearing Fenrir's suit today and I fell into a dream where I was Serena. And then when the dream was over, I couldn't wake up. And you became Serena with Roy and Johnny. I get it. Yes, Teiko told me that for a while I should be focusing on something important to me and not related to the prototypes. Well, and not see Roy for now. Because he was Fenrir to you? Yes. May I ask, it's about you, and I don't know if I may or not. Ask me. Roy matters, yes. You want to be friends. That's an interesting way of putting it. I mean, yes, he matters, I suppose. He tries to protect me from the cruel world and himself from my jokes. Does it work? Not really, that's why we're friends. Ah. And do I matter to you like you matter to me? And how do I matter to you? You woke me up. We have interesting and nice conversations. Your hair fuzzes up funny in the morning. And you walk graciously like a cat. And your laughter makes me want to laugh too. I want to understand you, to make you warm and amused, so that you're never sad or cold. I want to be with you. Whoa. Introducing an award for the most unusual confession of feelings and another one for these huge grey eyes. Tony has the same eyes as me. Well, my eyes aren't big, but my eyes are grey. I love Tony. And now I need to pull myself together and say something back, something honest. Do not friend zone Tony. It's Tony. I feel the same way about you. I love you, Tony. I want to keep you warm and protect you. Tony, you matter to me and I feel the same way about you. Oh, do you think I'm fuzzy? Yes. He kissed her hand. I understood everything about your dream, but I don't know if I can explain. It's scary when he says, I understood everything. Will you try? Yes. Takeo is wrong. Well, go on. I lost Rika and you lost Serena. At first, I didn't see any dreams. Then they came and I started talking. I called for Rika. You heard me. You bought apricot. When you lost Serena, you also didn't see any dreams. You weren't asleep like me, but you still didn't see them. He's clearly talking about flashbacks rather than regular dreams. And I am seeing them now. Is that what you're saying? Yes, calling for Serena just like I was calling for Rika. If I didn't see those dreams, you'd never hear me and never find out that I needed Rika. You too need to see the dreams to wake up. You didn't turn into anyone else when you were dreaming. But I also wasn't myself. I was lost. You're not going to become Serena. I never became Rika, yes? You're just looking for her. She can't be found. She is dead. Rika can't be found too. You brought apricot. It helped me. Need to find someone who will help you. That's interesting. You think he's right? I think I'd like to help. You need Roy to look for Serena and someone who matters for waking you up. And I need to see dreams too. Not sure about this. It was quite stressful. I didn't like it too, but I woke up. You might be right. You understand. I'll try waking you up if you fall asleep again. Thank you, Tony. Let's go tell Dora. She won't be happy, but she'll be happy that we told her, yes. Phew, lucky me that Takeo hasn't ordered spoon feeding me or prescribed cheese rolls 3 times daily. Yes, Dora would have gotten down to it. To you, I mean. She's already... Exactly. At least it's not up to me to fill her in on the details. Phew. My headache's gone, by the way. How is yours? Even though technically your head is mine too. Mine is... I'm also feeling better. Listen, is it always that empty and foggy in my head? You must be bored out of your mind. Oh no, there's a lot going on here. It's just that it doesn't have any visuals to it. Ah, so you sleep on an invisible bed, eat invisible fruit, and take walks around invisible forests. It rather resembles sailing on an invisible sea. Sometimes I almost feel the sun rising above the calm waters, or something swimming in the deep. Something scary, or something pretty maybe. Someone pretty with a ponytail. Hee hee. Usually it's just something new, something interesting. It's close, but cannot be felt yet. More like an anticipation. Terrible explanation, isn't it? Not at all. I'm tuned into a live broadcast from the debris of my subconscious. It's good there. Is even any signal, by the way? What are you sailing to? I'm not sure. Isn't it too obvious at the moment? How come? Tell me. Right now, it's sort of a storm. It's dark, the waves are washing over the deck. I am cold and find it hard to stay on my feet. But it's calming down, I think. Turns out we bumped into a reef today. Whoa, I'm so poetic deep inside. Can't you just envision a taller deck, a hot dinner, and a hedgehog, for example? Hedgehog? I doubt it. Why hedgehog? Exactly, she pulled up the same thing I did. To keep you company. Why would you leave the hedgehog overboard? Never. You see, I was like Serena today. I know, and you don't understand why. I don't either. Logically, we have two options. One, glitches. The deaf in front of the mirror curse, the special case of post-traumatic stress disorder, blah, blah. Two, a plea for help. Something bloody unidentified is seeking attention. A part of the psyche, a shard of the soul. I don't know. A plea for help? I'm inclined towards option 2. After her death, something has stayed with me. Yes, I think so too. Stayed here. In the deep blue sea. I don't know. It's like a piece of a jigsaw that doesn't fit with the rest. So am I a puzzle after all? Damn it. I don't actually think so, but you can also fall to pieces. Don't. Okay, I won't. So what then? No more visions and no more losing control. I meant don't. Fight on, Iris. Don't give up, sweetie. Yes, I know. I'll try figuring it out. I hope I'll be able to help. Or not, but you'll at least keep me updated on the weather inside, if the water is warm or if there's any decent catch. Someone pretty. Aha. Another thing. I can't stop thinking about the fact that all my flashbacks somehow connected to the dream about Roy drowning, or allegedly Fenrir drowning himself. But I definitely knew nothing about him. Takeo would possibly say that I've heard about it sometime, but then forgot or just filled in the blanks myself. The tricky part is that I saw that dream way before the flashback. I think you're right. Something has definitely stayed with. Aha. Regardless of all the weirdness, I think that it's not just a plea for help, but also an attempt to help. To help me figure it out. Yes, it would be a really Serena thing to do. Iris, I don't remember the last time I had to write anything. How are you? Checo says you're fine, but I doubt you tell him everything. I hope you're feeling fine. I mean, not just health-wise. Roy. P.S. I've been to the police station like you asked me to. I think they know more than I do, but Michelle appreciated it anyway. She asked about Apricot. I told her he was doing well and has found his place here. On the shoulders, that is. Hi, thanks for signing your letter, otherwise I'd never guess who it was from. I'm bored. Even Takeo is no longer trying to send me off to the hospital. My psyche is recovering and I had no more flashbacks. And I'm eating all the time. Dora sees to that. In 2 months' time, I'll be a glum woman with cheese rolls. It'll be polite of you not to faint when we meet. Write something back or I'll perish from boredom. Iris. P.S. Thanks. I think that I appreciate Michelle as a valuable ally. I'm afraid I lied to her a little. Apricot isn't doing well. He's doing splendid, awesome, remarkable and fuzzy. Hee. Iris, let me try telling you what is going on here. Chloe has come around. Me and Bro take turns attending to her. Only a few cracks of clothes, but she seems to have more energy. She yelled at me when she saw me. She was loud. What else? Well, Joe is very busy. I don't even know how he finds time for the letters. All in all, the practitioners are the same old. It's good that you've had no more episodes. I hope I can make you at least a little happy. P.S. Dora has got something for you. P.P.S. I know you'll be pleased, so here. You've got me scares about Apricot for a moment. I'm glad he's doing fuzzy. 3 boxes of strawberries? Are you serious? How much do you think I eat? But thank you, Roy. At least it's not all cheese rolls anymore. And it's actually more fun this way. Don't diss Tony's cheese rolls. Tony is exhilarated. He now eats everything with strawberries, including soup. Max takes his protein bars with strawberries, looking very brutal. Third has learnt to make tea with strawberries. 5 different brews, I think. Dora has found these little bowls with golden edges, tiny spoons and whipped cream, and she's treating Chen and Takeo to dessert all the time now. And everyone who is careless enough to visit us, really. Shortly speaking, my life has gotten more interesting by a good degree. Thanks for the update. Thanks for the update. P.S. I thought you slid something into the comics book. I've read it from cover to cover, but no, the book is cool though. Iris, I'm sorry, I just didn't think of it. And what would you like to find inside the pages? Something small? Since you finished with the first volume, I'll pass the next one on with Dora, and I'll try to find some raspberries next time. I went a bit over the top with the strawberries, although I'm glad it was fun. P.S. Rereading your letters, they're funny. Anything can go between the pages, not always a success. For example, a secret note, but you know what? Surprised me. Thanks for the raspberries. The entire bus is now stained. Tony continues to eat strawberries and the others are doing their thing, but with a different berry now. No imagination, these people. I wonder what will happen if you deliver 2 boxes of different berries. Not implying anything. The comics are cool, thank you, and I hope no one else is reading our letters but us. Just imagine you open a letter from me and there are Dora's markings and corrections all over, and a note at the end. C-, resubmit. B+ for the effort. Blah. P.S. Although I'm now intrigued, will she be able to resist if she's handed a letter? Iris, thank you for your very interesting letter. I would never quite imagine Dora reading our letters to mark them, and now I can't get this image out of my head. It's scary. I got an idea though. Wait for another comics book and some berries. The whole 2 of them. How are you? Takeo keeps saying you're fine, but I'm worried. P.S. Although you did put a smiley face there, must be a good sign. P.P.S. And it was a teasing smiling face. Definitely a good sign. Secret note from Roy. I've got your comics and the other stuff, by the way. The common way is not to write secret note on secret notes in capital letters. Just keep that in mind. Thanks for the watermelons. I first thought that you got the number of berries wrong, and then I saw what Conrad actually bought. Tony is now preoccupied with plans to grow watermelons inside the bus, and Dora is preoccupied with thoughts of what to do with Tony if he figures out how to do it. Or should I say, when he figures out. Anyway, we are hustling and life is bustling. I'm fine, thanks for the stickers. Dora even let me decorate the bus with them a little. I've got a little something for you too, and it has nothing to do with the envelope, signed as not a secret note. P.S. I've started nagging Takeo to let us see each other. Dora is against it. I'm nagging her too. No success so far, but I'm doing my best. P.P.P.S. Don't miss me too much. I want more Tony. What's this love letter between the 2 of you? What did Iris put in the secret envelope? An elastic band with bees? Not a secret note. You know why the bees? I bet you don't. So now you're sitting there wondering. Haha. The truth is they simply came out the best of all I've tried, but tell no one. I got an achievement for writing letters to Roy 40 days after death. We had some lovely Tony moments. We had some lovely Tony. I just checked the achievements to make sure that moment. I don't think I put a foot wrong in that moment between us, but I wanted to make sure I didn't put a foot wrong in that moment between us. It does. The next achievement with Tony looks to be some kind of dramatic thing that like blows his mind, and just us talking to each other nicely seemed to be us talking to each other nicely. Tony. I love Tony. Oh my God. That we have that wonderful moment with Tony and they say, I feel the same about you. And then she writes all these letters to Roy, I miss you, I want to see you again. Cheat on Tony. Bleh. You already made a decision that said no romance. I closed the door on romance. I opened my arms to Tony. And you're like, oh, I want to write more letters to Roy. Nothing's happening. I'm so bored. Tony and cheese. They're there. And Tony and cheese and strawberries. Tony growing watermelons. How? Tony!